So hello guys, welcome back to our channel Biolab, and in today's video we'll be discussing about taxonomic aids. Taxonomic aids, and this would be our last session in the living world. And then from next session we'll be starting the biological classification as per our schedule that we have made. The second chapter that we'll be discussing is your biological classification, guys. So today let us start with taxonomic aids. Now what are these taxonomic aids? First of all, so guys, let for suppose you have an organism which you don't know the name. So here is your organism. Let us say you have some characteristics like some dog. Let me try to draw a dog here somewhat. Okay, let us assume it's sheep. Okay, let us assume that it is having some characteristics sticks like sheep. Okay, you don't know the name of the organism. You don't know the name. Let us say, for suppose you don't know the name. Okay, somewhat it is okay. Yeah, this is your organism which you don't know the name. You don't know the name of this organism. Now you have to know the name of this organism. What do you have to do now? So you immediately go to take the help of someone who is knowing this name very well. So it can be either your father, parents, or anyone. Let's say that they also don't know the name. So what do you do in order to know its name? So then you have to seek the help of these taxonomic aids. So these taxonomic aids are something, some you can say referral systems which help in the identification of the organism. So these serve as the quick referral, say referral systems, because quick referral system you use it the term for an example here. Now you go and seek the help of these taxonomic aids. You take any one of the taxonomic aids, you choose any one from the list which I'll be giving you now, like herbarium, monograph, museum, zoological park. Mainly if you have an animal as an animal, you would probably go to a zoological park. Zoo, it is the most famous name of zoological park. If you have a plant in order to know its habitat habitat and name, you go to zoological park. If you have an animal, if you have a plant, you go to botanical garden. Okay, botanical garden. So like this, you can also choose not only zoo or botanical gardens. You can also choose, and if you have a plant species, you can choose to go to herbarium. Or you can also choose to take a monograph, if you know to which taxon does it belong to which taxon doesn't belong to, either genus you can have to know, or species if you have to know. So anyone, if you know, you can go to monograph, or you can also go to manual. So you have to know from which place is this animal. Okay, you can also go to some flora. If this flora is especially for plants, it is especially made for plants. So you can also go to some museum. This is very interesting. Museum. Yeah, okay, now comment down in the below whether your school or college has a museum or not. Or also you can go and see keys. So these keys are some special type of or taxonomic aids which have the contrasting sentences, and you have to opt one from that based on the characteristics. Now after doing all this, you will be knowing that this animal is sheep. So like that we can come to know the name of the unknown organism. So now let us see one by one. One taxonomic aid after other. So first we'll be starting with the herbarium. Now we'll be starting with the herbarium. Let's see the herbarium taxonomic aid. Now put the side heading. Okay. See, yes. Okay, let me erase this also. That's on gate also. And now put the third heading, herbarium. See, what is the speciality of this herbarium? The speciality is, okay, let us change the color. Let us change it to cream or white. Let's choose white. So the speciality, what is the speciality is, you can find dried, pressed, dried, pressed, or you can say preserved plant species, you can say stuck on papers. So this is how they put or preserve or they use herbarium as a taxonomic aid. You can say that this herbarium, this paper on which these are stuck, this plant species are stuck, is called as an herbarium sheet. This is called as an herbarium sheet. Okay, say for suppose again, you okay, you have a plant. So this is the plant which I am having in my hand. Okay, this is some plant which I am having in my hand. I don't know the name. Of this plant. Okay, then if I ask my teacher, my teacher says, now student, please go to the herbarium and find out its name. Now, okay, I pack my bag, I go to the herbarium in order to find its name, and then I go to, take some sheets, these herbarium sheets. Now, on which basis are these herbarium sheets put in the herbarium? Herbarium, it is nothing but it is in preservation of all the herbarium seeds together. Now, they are put on the basis of internationally accepted system of classification. They are placed, these herbarium sheets are placed in the herbarium based upon the internationally accepted system of classification, either Brenthman and Hooker classification, or you can say the five kingdom classification, or you can say the six kingdom classification. Those all classifications will be learning in the next chapter. In the next lecture only we'll be starting the next chapter. So these are your herbarium sheets. Now you go and see, okay, say for suppose if you know the family of that herbarium of this plant, if which you have taken. So you go to that family, you go to that row, you take the herbarium sheets which you want, and then you see the herbarium sheets. You will be noticing that on the herbarium sheet, if this is your herbarium sheet, here the plant would be stuck, the dried preserved plant is stuck here. So see, this is your dried pressed plant which is stuck here, and you will be finding a label here, a small label here. What this label consists of? This label consists of much information. It consists of name of the collector. It consists of the vernacular name, or you can say local name, vernacular or local name. It consists of the English name. It consists of the English name. It consists of the genetic name. It consists of the family of the plant. So these are the information which you can find on the herbarium sheet. So this is a typical herbarium sheet. This is a typical herbarium sheet. Now if you give me a minute, I'll be trying to show you the herbarium sheet from the Google, from the image that I have got from the Google. So give me a minute, guys. So okay. Yes, I'm. Yes. So let me show you this. A minute, please. Yes, I'm adding the image, guys. Please wait. So here. So see this. Just increase the size of this image. Okay, okay, it's fine now. Now it's fine. See this. This is an image of a typical herbarium sheet. Let me try to zoom a little bit. See, this is a typical herbarium sheet. These are the dimensions of, these are the internationally accepted dimensions of a herbarium sheet, which is 35 meters, 35 centimeters in length and 28 centimeters in breadth. And this is your label. So this label is not good here. Let me go to the images section of my computer and let me show you there. So I'm trying to add an image. Okay, browse. That's okay. Now I hope it is able to, you are able to see it. So this is your this is your label of the herbarium sheet, which you're seeing in the right corner below. And these are your dimensions of the herbarium sheet, guys. So this is how a typical herbarium sheet looked like. So I have made my efforts in order to show you this herbarium sheet. If you understand it, it's well and good. If not, you go to, please go to after watching this video, please go to the Google and try to Google it. Try to Google it, images of herbarium sheet. You will be getting those. Okay. Now let us remove this. Okay. Now, this is all about your herbarium. Now we'll be talking about, now we'll be talking about the second taxonomic aid, or taxonomic aid, that is biological gardens. These biological gardens include both plants and animals. If plants, it is called as botanical garden. If animals, it is called as zoological garden. Biological garden. These include both zoological, zoological and botanical. Okay, these two contain living species, guys, living organisms, not the dead preserved organisms. They contain the living organisms and they are stored in artificially made, listen to me carefully, artificially made natural habitats. So what is this word? Artificially made natural habitat. See, these living organisms are made to be kept under the natural habitats which they live in, and they are provided with food and they are taken a great care of. Okay, these are artificially created by man, but they are the original natural habitats. They try to replicate the natural habitats of the organism. So, botanical gardens include plants, plant species. These include animal species. Now if you have ever went to see a zoo typically which we call it as zoological park or zoological garden or zoo, so you'll be finding the organism like some animal here, like say some Bengal tiger, and you will be having a board which is kept in front of its cage like this for visitors. Here it is written the information of the organism, like the name, the place where it is being collected, who has been brought, and all those some sort of information is being recorded here. So through this information you can also find out if you have a plant species, you have to go to the botanical garden. If you have a animal species, you have to go to zoological garden and get the name of this species. Now, so this is your second taxonomic aid, and moving on to your third taxonomic aid which is helpful in identifying organisms is, that is museum. Museum. What is this museum? See, this museum are basically made to be established in schools and colleges. Schools and colleges for educational purpose. Educational purpose. In this museum, now comment down below how many of your schools have this museum or colleges have this museums. Now in this museum we have to find almost all, like the animals which should be kept in the museum should be like the organisms which are almost all found in that place. Like if I'm in my place, if I found tulsi plant, I have to put it in the museum. If I find some dog, I have to put it in the museum. So like this, in this museum generally organisms are stored. If it is insects, they are put in insect boxes. Insects are killed, they are pinned to the sheets, or you can say wooden planks like this. They are pinned to four corners, and this between the insect should be light, and this would be kept in the insect boxes. Now they should be kept in the insect boxes. After, if you have an animal, the animals need the internal flesh of the animal should be removed and they should be stuffed. They are either stuffed with cotton. There are different materials which are used for stuffing the animals. If it is a plant species, it has to be dried and kept it, or it can also kept in the preservative solutions, and this can also be kept in the preservative solutions. This preservative solution is nothing but formalin. That is your preservative solution which is used in the museums and labs. And now, last but not least, that is your key. This is the very important thing that we have to learn. So now I forgot to give you an examples for the botanical gardens which are mentioned in your NCERT. Right near the botanical gardens, right near the botanical gardens, they are the biggest botanical garden is Royal Botanical Garden, which is located at Kew in England. Kew in England. Kew in England. This is your Royal Botanical Garden. This is the largest botanical garden. Next is Indian Botanical Garden. It is also called as I hope, 1 minute, let me give you the exact meaning. Chandra Bose Botanical Garden. Yeah, Acharya Jagadish Chandra Bose Botanical Garden, or AJC Bose, AJC Bose Indian Botanical Garden. It is located at Howrah. Next, National Botanical Garden, located at Lucknow. Now this has been changed its name, National Botanical. So the previous name which is mentioned in our NCERT is National Botanical Research. Some name is there, and it has been changed to the National Botanical Garden. And this is your Acharya Jagadish Chandra Bose Indian Botanical Garden, which is located at Howrah. Now moving on to the key. This is very simple, guys. Would be the last part of this lecture and this lesson. Now put the side heading key. This is important as well as simple. Key. This is, basically two sentences, two opposite contrasting sentences. These are two contrasting opposite sentences, and these give the characteristics. These two sentences together, these two sentences together are called as couplet in a key, and each sentence in a key, each sentence in a key is called a lead. So one lead should be in contrast to the other lead in a couplet. One lead should be in contrast to the other lead in a couplet. So that is the thing. So the two oppositely contrasting sentences both the mean same. So the two contrasting sentences which signify the characteristics is called as couplet, and each sentence in this couplet is called as a lead. Okay guys, this is your key. So if I say, let us make some key here. Let me give you some example of key. So the small example is, I'm taking only one couplet here. See, the first sentence in a key is, if I say superior ovary, and the second sentence should be inferior ovary. So see how these two are opposite to each other. Superior ovary and inferior ovary. These two are opposite to each other. So this is called as couplet. So too many couplets are arranged in the following manner, and these lead automatically to key, and each is called as a lead. So that is about the taxonomical aids, and that is the end for this chapter. Write the end and be ready with your next chapter heading, that is your biological classification, that I will be continuing in the next session. And from the next session I am trying to planning to make short videos, guys, like some 10-minute videos. um, yes, they would take much episodes, if you say in your serial language or some YouTube web series language, but no problem. So that would be very convenient to you to watch the particular thing which you are not understanding. So I'm like planning to do like that. And thanks for watching, and this is Vamsi signing off from Biolab. This, have you a great day further, guys. Thank you. Bye bye.